So today I'm joined by Jack O Meara, co-founder and CEO of Oxford Biotech, OchreBio. So welcome, Jack.
Thank you very much. Very few people get my surname right on the first time, so bravo, Tim.
A really worthwhile cause of fighting liver disease, I guess both here in the UK and international.
Absolutely, it's the particularly in the industrialized world, it's the third leading cause of premature death. It's a very global problem. Yeah.
At a high level, what is it that you guys are achieving, or the research that you're conducting?
Really sort of took a look at liver disease and tried to figure out why have we, as a pharmaceutical sector, not really been able to make much of an impact here at all. And we identified three big reasons that we thought were the challenges we wanted to try and address as we set up the company and set up our own sort of approach. The first is that the biology is still not very well understood. So even in academic circles, we still don't really have a good idea of what is driving the disease. We know there's certain sociological factors that drive it, but at a scientific and a cellular level, what's going on? So we use a lot of these new genomic technologies, things like you may have heard of single cell sequencing, these kind of new tools that really zoom in on the disease and try and understand it at a cellular level what's happening. The second thing was, okay, let's say you find a new potential driver of the disease and make a new medicine. The models that we've been using today to test those medicines, they just don't work. Animal models just don't really recapitulate human disease at all. So we try to deprioritize animal studies and prioritize human tissue-based testing. And we test out our medicines in actual human disease tissue. And we think that gives us a better chance of success when we get into actually human testing. And the last thing, and this is a slightly more nuanced point, but the problem with liver disease as well is that patients don't often know they have the disease for a very long time. And as a result, clinical trials are very hard to recruit for. So we try to find sort of niche, smaller diseases that are well categorized that we can get to proof of principle quickly in before then going after the much larger diseases. And in doing so, prove our medicines work and then use that to sort of stepping stone our way into much larger kind of chronic liver disease.
Good stuff. What have you enjoyed most so far on your journey till this point?
Really hard job. And it forces you to have to adapt to the role. Like I think being a CEO and a founder is a really it necessitates a certain type of, you got to be a certain person in the role, and I think that's it's you got to separate yourself. I don't know. I felt I've grown into the role a lot and kind of been on a personal journey to get more comfortable with what it requires. And as the company changes, the role changes. So while it was necessary for me to be a real sales guy at the beginning, telling the story, the vision, helping to raise money, as the company's gotten bigger and more stable and we're making big product decisions, now it's more about being a strategist and being an excellent communicator and making sure everyone knows what's going on and making sure we're all sort of swimming in the same direction towards the one goal. So though I think that journey has been a really interesting one. And a really just rewarding experience to be able to meet and work with such inspiring, motivated, highly intelligent people towards a really big, ambitious goal. I guess I always thought, if you're going to go for something, go for the big one, like really keeps me motivated. And that's been really, really fun. But yeah, it's if you're a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs on your call, I think, just know it's a hard job. You're going to be we're working really hard.
Final question from my side. So advice, given what you've just described.
About relationships with the people you're in the day-to-day with, I think invest heavily in the relationships and be really candid and honest about how, what you're feeling and thinking as you're in the weeds and in the trenches together, because you gotta get on. You gotta be able to really, roll up and work together, or it just becomes, it becomes unnecessarily difficult. And then also ask for advice. I think there's a lot of really smart people who've done this before. And a lot of those people are really kind. They can empathize with your struggle and the journey you're going to go on. So build a personal advisory board even beyond the company, and peer mentors as well are great because they're in it with you. They're having the same challenges, even if it's a different company, different sector. It's all people. You're all trying to get everyone to work together. A lot of those lessons learned are super transferable, and then have fun. I think the other thing is, you can get so wound up about this issue and this person doesn't like it and that. And it's like, you're going to be in it for a long time. It's a really hard job. enjoy the little moments, and when you get wins, sort of celebrate them, and I have a bit of fun with it because it's a long slog. Yeah.